Hey there, guys and gals and children of all ages and human beings and any aliens or UFOs that might be watching this right now. Welcome to a Western Roundup video, and I'm your host, Mike, and I'm going to show you some Westerns that I watched on physical media the last couple of months or so, and bring those to you. Now, first off, I want to show Now I did a whole video dedicated to this man, one of the greatest heroes the U.S. Army has ever known. Great actor, and just an overall just a good, cool guy with a very interesting life story. And this was actually a rewatch, and it's none other than Audie Murphy. I wanted to watch an Audie Murphy video, and on my channel, check out the Audie Murphy video I have on him, where I go through all his movies, all his Westerns mostly, and everything. But I wanted to watch Duel at Silver Creek again. Really good movie. I mean, he did a lot of good ones for Universal, and did some good ones for, I think, Columbia too. But yeah, he was probably at his peak. I mean, he's on fire about this time. I think this was like 1955. Almost think of the name or the time on this, but yeah, this is a good one. Like I said, Audie Murphy was a American war hero. He was he got all kinds of medals and everything. Great soldier. He ended up in Hollywood and ended up in some movies. I think the first movie he did wasn't a Western, but I think he did one, and I think they go, yeah, he's going to be good in Westerns and stuff. And he loved riding horses and all that. He's from Texas and everything. But in this movie, I really like this one. I like Stephen McNally that's in this. He's really good. Let me read you like how it's described here, but two-fisted punch in this action-filled Western adventure, which also features legendary Oscar winner Lee Marvin in one of his first screen appearances. Yeah, he's in there as probably one of the baddies, I think. Steve McNally is Lightning, the quick-drawing marshal of Silver City, who's intent on capturing the ruthless gang of claim jumpers that have been terrorizing and murdering the local miners, including his best friend. And after losing the use of his famed trigger finger in a shootout, Lightning deputizes the sharpshooting Silver Kid, whose own father was killed by the gang, and to help bring the outlaws to justice. But their plans are complicated when Lightning falls for the beautiful new lady in town, played by Faith Domyagul. Sorry. It's a nice name, I just can't pronounce it. Whose interest in the marshal is a thin disguise for her own dangerous agenda. And in this unforgettable drama, brimming with pulse-pounding thrills, danger-tinged romance, and gun-blazing glory. That's right, guys. Duel at Silver Creek. Really good. This has to be one of my favorite of his Westerns, because he's in it, and he kind of plays kind of a younger guy, because he can totally look young. I mean, he was young at that time. I mean, he joined the Army when he was like, God, he wasn't even 18, I don't believe. But this has to be one of my favorite ones of his, because and Steve McNally's just really good. This whole thing they got going back and forth through the movie, trusting each other. And Steve McNally's kind of like, kind of at the time, you could almost see Audie Murphy like in a leather jacket, being like like a part of the gang, kind of standing up to the man, or something similar to that back then. But they form a friendship and a bond and everything, and true that the woman comes between them and stuff, and it's really good. But see, there's another one they didn't mention. There's another girl that's got her eye on on Stephen McNally, but she's too young, and they finally meet, and where her and Audie Murphy link up with each other, because the movie's got to end like that. It's got to end good, But really good, just a lot of fun. It's one of those movies where you can tell they're having fun making the movie. It's just that back and forth, charming interaction with each other. It's just really good, really funny at times, and you just can't help but like Audie Murphy in this movie. I mean, he's just really good and stuff. So there you go. I guess I could go on for a while talking about just that movie, because it's a lot of fun, guys. Pick it up. Next up, I have a Blu-ray. This was released through Kino Lorber, and this is a Douglas Fairbanks movie. Now, his son went on, Douglas Fairbanks Jr., becoming an actor in his own right and everything. But this was his father, who, famously was married to Mary Pickford, America's sweetheart, the silent movie princess, I guess you could say, queen. And they marry and stuff. And they also form a movie studio called United Artists with Charlie Chaplin. And I believe D.W. Griffith was one of them. So yeah, they were the movers and shakers in Hollywood in the 20s and stuff. And Douglas Fairbanks was just a natural athlete. He's just the embodiment of charm, and just physically fit, and just doing his own stunts and everything. And it's awesome. I wish more people could know Fairbanks, and just, a lot of people do know him, but not know him at the same time. He doesn't get dropped enough, but a lot of his films survive, and a lot of his silent films and everything. And he died too soon and all that stuff. But this was a really good movie called The Good Bad Man. With it also has a shorter one, I think it's about an hour, called The Half Breed, which is both westerns and stuff. But yeah, really good movie. It moves along at great pace, and you just can't help but watch it. Even though some people might be like, "Oh man, silent movies are boring" and stuff like that. But when you have an actor or actress that can really capture your attention, and you can really focus on that person, and that person just has that charm, it doesn't matter what they're doing, or if they have audio or not, sound or not. But anyways, this is a 1939 movie. Next up, one of my other videos I did, the part 2, the follow-up to it, called the Outlaw Frank James, or the Return of Frank James. But this is the 1939 classic that spawned that one, starring Tyrone Power. I couldn't think of his name in that video, but this is Jesse James. And this is a DVD edition, and I believe it's out on Blu-ray. But I really like what 20th Century Fox did back then with this in particular. It's got a slipcase. This was part of their Cinema Classics collection. I did a video on that, and I find these every once in a while and get them just because of the packaging. And it's just, look at all that art and stuff. You don't really even get that much on a Blu-ray and stuff. But yeah, Tyrone Power, Henry Fonda, who's Frank James's brother, Nancy Kelly, and Randolph Scott. Directed by Henry King. Henry King and was it Henry Hathaway are two great Henry directors of this time, and really good. Tells the story of Jesse James, and it's in a beautiful Technicolor and everything. I believe it's on Blu-ray. Don't get me wrong, but I would love to see it in a crisp, fresh, restored Technicolor print of it and stuff, because it looks good, but it's not, it could be redone. It could be cleaned up a little bit. But real good. Recommend that one, guys. And on this one, this is a rewatch for me, because I wanted to watch the movie Day of the Outlaw. And that's one of these 3-pack movies on here. It stars Robert Ryan, Burl Ives, and Tina Louise, who went on to be Ginger on Gilligan's Island. And she's really good in this. And it's a story about there's like this end of the line town. Like you just go up to the mountain and basically that's it. You know, the trail, the road doesn't go any further. It's a dead end. And I think it's up in Montana, possibly. There's a snowstorm coming in, and this gang who's on the lam of about 5 or 6 guys end up in this town, and they take it over for a day because their leader, played by Burl Ives, is wounded. So he's trying to be a good guy, and I mean his outlaw team that he's got going on are just the worst of the worst bunch. You know, they're eyeballing the women. They want to drink, get crazy, and burn the town down. And he has to kind of keep them under control while being wounded. And actually, he's well, I won't give away any of that, but it's really good. Robert Ryan is this guy. He's a rancher, and there was it starts up where there was an affair, a relationship with Robert Ryan and Tina Louise, because she's actually married to, what's his name? I can't think of his name, but kind of come between each other, and there's not very many people in this town and stuff. So it's just one of those tense movies that she just really story I wanted to see. It was actually streaming, I think, and I missed it and stuff. So I just pulled it out to watch, and that's a good one. Next up, this is a Discovery. This is a Warner Archive collection, and it's one of those many like westerns made in the 70s that you just don't remember, or never got big and everything, or it has a good cast, but it was just like nobody ever talks about it. But this movie is from 71, I believe. It's directed by Jan Terrell, who was a Swedish director who went on to make a pair of movies called the something to do with X. I can't remember. It's about Sweden. It basically takes part in Sweden, and it's got like a Swedish cast and everything. But this is called Zandy's Bride, and it stars Gene Hackman and Liv Ullmann. Liv Ullmann, Swedish actor, worked with Max von Sydow, and they worked for why can't I think of anybody's name now? The director, famous director, only one of the most famous directors ever to live, and I can't think of his name. It'll come to me. But anyways, she's basically a mail order bride, and he basically sent for her, like paid a bunch of money to get her here, to relocate her, and so they would get married and stuff. I think it was kind of a process of finding women after people discover, the West and out West in the mountains, and very treacherous, and there's not a lot of women to marry, and there's not, that's how families got started apparently. And she comes out there, she's an immigrant from Sweden, and she's trying to do the best she can, and Gene Hackman is just playing a rough and just, he's no nonsense and everything, and he kind of loosens up, but it's just one of those movies. It kind of ends a certain way where you're just like, after it's all done, it's, you don't really see a happy ending, and you don't really see a satisfying ending, I guess. But I still recommend this for Gene Hackman's performance alone is really good. And I may just need to watch it again and maybe reevaluate it, and everything. Next up, this is a Western from one of my favorite actors in Westerns and film noir, John Payne. It's called The Vanquished. And I got this from, there's an eBay seller that sells these movies. He puts them together, and I'm not sure where he finds his prints, but they always look really good, especially the color movies and stuff. But yeah, The Vanquished, this is from 1953. It's got Jan Sterling, Colleen Gray, and Lyle Bettinger, which he's one of those faces that you really don't know his name, and that's him. And he usually plays kind of a slimeball friend or something like that. But basically, John Payne goes off to the war, and it's Civil War, and he comes back a different man, and everything. And Lyle Bettinger is his friend. They were both from good families and all this, and there's women involved and stuff, and kind of dramatic and stuff, but really, really good performances around. I really like it. It's not so much a movie with horses and stuff, but it's a western. It's a western, takes place post Civil War and stuff. So, anyways, next up, this is a Universal made-on-demand Vault series release on DVD. Frank Lloyd's Wells Fargo, and this is great. It was a great movie. It really was a good movie. I really liked this. It basically tells the story of Wells Fargo. Basically delivering. What is it? Yeah, it's a big sweeping western. It stars Joel McCrea, Bob Burns, and Francis D. And actually, at this time, Joel McCrea and Francis D. were married, and they stay married until Joel McCrea died and stuff. And it's really cool to see them interacting together. And so it basically, it's a story that starts with them meeting and the building of the Wells Fargo line, and just how he becomes more successful building this company, and you see America grow. It's over probably a 40-year period or something and stuff. It's really good. It's not long. It's not that long. It's it's about an hour and 50 minutes or so, but good movie. I was really impressed. I didn't expect it to be as good as it was, and I enjoyed it. And a lot of it has to do with Joel McCrea, as always. He's great. Next up, this is a DVD, but this is one of those with the slip case that looks like a rental case, with the VHS and everything, of Young Guns. I've never had a release of it, and it's on Blu-ray and everything, but I couldn't resist this case, this packaging and everything. It was at Walmart, like in their little bin that you search around in. I don't know, they had them marked down to like $4 or something, so I got that. But really good. What can I tell you about Young Guns? I mean, if you're 30, 40, 50 years old, you know exactly what Young Guns is. Next up, these are some of those 8-movie multi-packs that you get out that has multiple good movies on it. And I pull these out a lot, actually, and watch movies on here. And a lot of them have their own releases, but I just keep going back to the DVD. But yeah, there's this one that's got 8 movie westerns on there. I went to this one to watch Quantes. It's a really good movie with Fred McMurray. And I think I watched Gun for a Coward, too, which is another Fred McMurray movie. But yeah, this has got a lot of cool stuff on here. And Canyon Passage. Yeah, I love Canyon Passage. I have an edition of it, I believe. But I just like watching that one. It's a really good one. And it's a good mixture of stuff on there. Pulled it out. I watched those. Now this next one, this has been such a key movie in my collecting life. Let me explain, because this next 10 movie set from Universal has Joel McCrea, it has John Wayne, it has Randolph Scott, and Audie Murphy, I believe. Yeah, Audie Murphy too. So later on, I would do my own tributes to each of those actors and show all their movies and stuff. But during that time period, I would keep going back to this to see those movies by those people and stuff. So this movie set has been really used over the years and stuff. So yeah, 10 movies, classic westerns. You've probably seen this on Amazon. I think this goes for I think I paid $8 for it or something. But yeah, 10 movies. They're on DVD, but they really do look good. They really do. But I think when I got this one out, I usually get this one out to watch Albuquerque, the Randolph Scott movie. But it also has When the Daltons Ride, or When the Daltons Rode. And that's in another episode I talk about that one because I get it on Blu-ray. But I actually watched this and saw it and just really like, why do I not have a Blu-ray of it? So I got that. Albuquerque's not on Blu-ray, but once it comes on Blu-ray, I'll get it. Oh, and so you got some Alan Ladd on here too with Whispering Smith, Kansas Raiders. What got it out for that? The Spoilers. Just got a lot of good ones on here. I even watched the Texas Rangers movie, which I thought would be kind of silly, but it actually was a good movie. But yeah, there you go. I got that out. And finally, guys, I bought this set that has the Kenny Rogers, The Gambler. It has those three or four movies he made as the Gambler. This was when I was a little kid in early 80s, and this was a huge song. The Gambler. It's all based on a song, and they made a TV show or a TV movie out of it and everything. And Kenny Rogers is great. I mean, he's very natural and everything. And I usually like just the first two of them is really the ones I like. But he's very natural, really good. 1980. The big star of it was Bruce Boxleitner, which he went on to even make a lot of westerns now in his older age and stuff. And then the other one was like Coward of the County, which was another song by Kenny Rogers. And then I think I'd watch The Adventure Continues, but not so much The Legend Continues. I think I like most of them on here though. But really cool set. I mean, not bad at all. I think the only thing I don't like about it didn't have subtitles. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think it has subtitles. But yeah, pretty cool. The Gambler. So I'm 48, so if you're in your 40s to late 40s into your 50s, you've heard that song or seen the movies a lot. So there you go, guys. I hope you like this Western Roundup. It's a little bigger than normal, but I've been watching some stuff over the past 6-7 months. So most of the summer and before the summer. So hope you enjoyed those movies. It's a real mixture of stuff there. So you might want to get a pen and paper out and jot down some stuff and check those out, because I really do recommend these. Let me see, which one is my big one that I recommend? Well, they're all ones, but I really recommend Duel at Silver Creek is I think just one of the best ones out of this pile. And then take a chance, if you want to take a chance on a movie, check out Zandy's Bride and see if you like it. I mean, if you love Gene Hackman, you'll like it. You know what I mean with Gene Hackman. But yeah, check that out. Check it out if you're wanting to. I mean, it's under $10, so you don't lose too much money. But there you go. So yeah, guys, check out my channel. Don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And I will see you guys later. Thank you for watching. Thank you for supporting my channel. And I'll see you guys later.